So Xenoblade's almost done. I'm trying to get achievements in that game, trying to complete everything, and the achievements are what is holding things up right now. I'm trying to work off-screen on it. I think I have somewhere between 6 and 8 hours of off-screen work. In total, that off-screen work nets me about like maybe 5-10 minutes worth of footage so far. Like it's very slow going. That's why I started doing Pokemon Snap. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing this now, simply because I can't really record anything with Xenoblade Chronicles yet until I get more work in, and that's the goal right now, is to try to get that work in. It is the priority for me right now. We're getting so many things here. At least they're all the basic things still. Can I infect more people? Not quite yet. I want to get this. That one's really nice. All right, Central Asia is starting on a cure. That's not good for me. I don't really have enough to deal with that just yet. Okay, can I make it drug resistant again? Almost. Almost. Yeah, you can see just a whole bunch of countries coming in whenever I up the infection rate. This one? Yeah, let's do that. And then we will make it genetically harder to deal with. All right, I got Madagascar and Greenland again. Those are the two hard ones. So I've infected roughly half the world's population. And let's get genetic mutations going now. Now's a good time for that. Before it was not. Now's a good time. Because once I get Madagascar and Greenland, I feel like I'm everywhere, even if I'm not necessarily. Oh, there's New Zealand. New Zealand might have been a problem. Yeah, it's really the oceans that pose the biggest problems. Any of the islands become difficult to deal with. Yeah, so much for them working on a cure. They don't have anything yet. Oh, whoa. All right, we also got hemophilia going. Look at all those countries finally getting infected. What do I want to do here? I still want to up transmission, don't I? Do rural regions, because those were the last ones, like the rural places around here. Like Western Africa and all that kind of stuff. Hooray, we got tumors now! I'm apparently pretty good at the game, who knew? Alright, it's on a watch list. First death was in Japan, apparently. Let's see. What increases infection rate? A rash does. There. And severe dehydration. Okay, let's do skin lesions. That's supposed to increase infectivity a lot. Because we still have some places to go around here. Alright, now people are sneezing. Yeah, viruses, they mutate a lot in this game. Japan has shut down their airports. It's a little late for that. Oh, finally Algeria, huh? Apparently Algeria wasn't infected yet. Can I transmit it some more? What do I have to do for that? More birds. Hey, Morocco's done. Saudi Arabia is working on the cure now. Right, pop the blue bubbles. Anything that pops up, you just pop it. But yeah, Xenoblade's almost done. Because it is the one that I've been working on the most, that means Darkest Dungeon is lagging slightly behind, and I haven't had time to work on that really at all yet. We will get back to it, but right now my priority is on finishing Xenoblade Chronicles. Looking forward, what we are going to work on next is the Let's Play that follows Xenoblade Chronicles, and that is going to be... Yeah, I might as well, like, look at all this stuff that's been mutating for me. Let's try to work on this stuff if I can. What's going to follow Xenoblade Chronicles is going to be Demon Souls. It is the last one that I have promised. Everything else will be up for a vote, but Demon Souls I promised a long, long time ago, and I'm still working on getting that completed. In terms of setting it up and all that kind of stuff. I need to get a video up for that. By the time the last of these update videos go up, I hope to have that already done, so that if you are on Patreon, you can vote for it. There are going to be a couple votes on Patreon. I've already set up a couple of them. I think there's a couple more that I want to deal with, or I want to put on there, but more work. There we go. Now it's back down to 35%. There are more things that I want to... How many people are left? Okay, that number is going way downhill. I think we have won this again. Yeah, we're definitely doing a good job so far. How many people are left? Oh yeah, less than 350,000. Let's do more mutations. Now people are vomiting. Yeah, apparently I'm good at the game. Who knew? Like I said, I had never played this game before, but I played games like it, so I understood the logistics of what I was trying to do. So Demon Souls is going to come up next. I will have a vote for how to customize that up for the Super Scuba tiers, which is the $5 a month one, pretty soon. Hopefully by the time this is up, that will be up. I do have something to up already as I'm recording this right now to replace Super Mario World. And there is something that is going to go up soon. All right, that's everybody. That is everybody. There is something that's going to go up soon for what will replace Transistor, which is also almost done. Yeah, look at that thing go down. We are killing people by the truckload. Bring out your dead. They probably can't. They're probably all dead. What can I upgrade here? Let's do internal hemorrhaging. And so we have what will come up against after Transistor is done. That should be up relatively soon, if not already up. Then we do have what will follow Xenoblade Chronicles, which is Demon Souls. The customization video for that should be up relatively soon, I hope. I might just go ahead and start that before I'm fully done with Xenoblade Chronicles, because as it turns out, the capture device that I have can actually pretty easily switch between two different devices. I thought it was going to be much more difficult than that. It's still not something I want to do too often, but I had to do it for Pokemon Snap, and it wasn't too bad. It only took a couple minutes to make that swap, so dealing with that is not that big of a deal for me. I don't want to do it too often, but I can do it at this point. I have no idea how many sessions I have left of off-screen work for Xenoblade Chronicles in order to get all the achievements. It's one of the problems with the game is they don't let you know where you stand. So, for instance, I have to do this one thing like, I think it's 500 times or something like, no, it's like thousands of times. What am I talking about? But I have no idea how close I am to that, right? I've gone through 2 playthroughs. I have no idea how close I am. So it's going to eradicate all humans. We're going to destroy all humans, which is both a Futurama reference and one of Buttercrust's favorite video games. So let's talk about some of the other Let's Plays that I'm working on. We have Stardew Valley. Ruptured Eardrum did it. We have Stardew Valley, which is taking longer than I thought. I'm about halfway through the 3rd year in the game, and I've done a lot, but there's still a lot to do. Most of it involves me trying to get as much money as possible, so that's kind of a priority. People have started asking me, hey, when's this going to stop? And it's going to stop when I get all of the stuff that I can buy in the game. That's my first goal. Getting achievements is a secondary goal, but the first thing that I want to do is make sure that I have shown off everything in the game that I can show off. That's the main goal. So once that is done, you'll see a vote video come up for that pretty soon. Tales of Fantasia, of course, we've only relatively recently started. We're on part 50 or so. We still have a ways to go with that one. All right, we can now do Darwinist and Fungus. So let's do that because we're going to keep going. Let's do Fungus here. I have a couple genes ready. We'll do an ATP boost and Darwinist so that it'll mutate more often, which is actually really nice for the fungus. They don't tend to do that too often. All right. Let's try this again. What do I want to call this one? Let's call this one Diablo Immortal. Yeah, I talked about that one a little bit. By the time this goes up, there will be a podcast that is up, another Scuba Cast available on the channel. I will have a vote up soon for the topic to replace it, and we will try to go from there. We will try to figure out what I want to do from that point forward. Let's start with the air. Go across the air. All right, I've successfully evolved Diablo Immortal. It's evolving! It's out to get us all. Yeah, Diablo Immortal, I've talked about it on Patreon. I talked about it on the podcast. For those of you that are unaware, it's basically a terrible PR move in which Blizzard announced that they had a big announcement for Diablo 3 coming up at BlizzCon, and then it turned out to be a mobile game, and people were quite upset about that. I say understandably. Some people disagree, though. All right, so when you have a fungus, if memory serves me right, you have to really start focusing on the bubbles. If you miss any of these bubbles, chances are you're going to lose because the fungus does not give you too many points. So this one might take a little bit longer, which is probably good for me, considering I still have a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. But we've talked about Stardew Valley a bit. We will have a vote for that when it's done. At some point, I might just cut it off and put it into bonus videos that I deal with off screen. Say this is the finale and move on. But I don't necessarily want to do that yet. And I want to find a good stopping point for that, which is not necessarily coming up too quickly. So it's going to take some time for that to get done. I had originally anticipated it ending at the end of the 3rd year. That could still happen, but chances are not good that it'll happen right then. We'll keep on working at it, though. Tales of Fantasia, we got a long ways to go. Like, it feels like we've barely scratched the surface of what that game has to offer, so we will keep working at that one, and we will eventually get closer to the end and have a vote to replace that one as well. All votes are on Patreon, so if you guys do want to help support the channel directly, Patreon's the best way to do that. I feel so hollow every time I say that, though. It doesn't feel good to try to ask people for money like that. Terry Pratchett voted best author ever? Terry Pratchett? All right. He wrote Discworld. I haven't read that one yet.